take it away.
It's just us in the garage.
Okay. Hey, friends. I'm Angela.
I'm Marcy.
And today we've got quite a day. Let me see if you can see my shirt. Bert Kreischer, baby.
Woo!
We're going to call this the Bert Kreischer episode.
We didn't plan that. I was like, what if I say?
2, 3, 4. The
Bert Kreischer episode.
So,
clever name.
Yes, we're going to get right into it because here's the thing. We are definitely smoking.
We're smoking something, guys.
What's happening today? So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to just cut and light this, and then we'll talk about it because we want to get right into it, this and that. So it's My Father, the Judge. I will explain. And before, actually, I open mine, I need to wet my whistle.
Oh, yeah. Oh, should we double crack them?
Yes. On the count of 3.
All right, ready? 1, 2.
Yes. Yeah.
All
This
right.
is the sparkling because it comes in flat water or sparkling. We've got the Liquid Death today. So Marcy and I will do a cheers on that.
Cheers! Have
Yep.
you had this before? Have you taken a drink of it?
No.
Oh, 2 virgins right here.
I tell you, this has been all the rage. I see it online like everywhere, but also it's called mountain water, which I do.
It's so weird, guys. It's just water. It's good. And you know what? The side of the can, which I was reading before, I can't now because I don't have my glasses on, but it's hilarious.
Oh,
if you
yeah.
read how they came about, like, and then you know what they're all about, it's pretty funny.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah, we got to get some
love
Liquid Death shirts too because if you follow them on Insta, it's like hilarious. It's
fantastic.
But I was gonna say we're not drinking spirits today, but also I know Bert loves his Liquid Death, so we're just doing all out.
It's a different kind of spirit. It's death. Sorry.
But I'm pumped.
Thank you for entertaining me.
I get you. All right. So, Marcy, now you've never tried this. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Now, have you ever had a My Father cigar in general, period?
I have not.
Oh, then you're in for a nice treat. So this, I've had this before in the past. Actually, I've had the Judge and I've had other My Fathers, but I haven't had them in quite some time. To tell you the truth, it's been a long time, almost.
It's been a minute.
A year, yeah. So, look at how
I love
beautiful.
the satin ribbon at the bottom.
Yeah, it's
so
like
pretty.
Yeah.
I have had some with the satin ribbon before. It's a nice touch.
Yeah,
you know?
My Father does a nice job. I mean, the band is really nice.
Gorgeous.
I mean, look at the wrapper on this.
Stunning. I love the colors.
Yeah.
And the gold inlay.
Oh, you know what?
It's so pretty.
You should take a picture.
Oh, that's a great idea.
She's a photographer, so we gotta get this going.
Snippity snap. Oh, by the way, if you caught our last episode, maybe the one before, we were talking about boudoir.
Oh, you know what's funny? There's sometimes my episodes with my editing could be out of order.
Could be out of order.
We didn't upload that one yet, but yes.
Okay.
But we could talk about your boudoir shoot.
Well, I have
in
a shoot
general.
on Saturday.
Oh,
can't wait.
So yeah, for those that don't know, Marcy's a professional photographer, and she does the boudoir sessions.
All right. I'm
so
also.
you have one coming up?
Yes, I do. I can't even see what I'm taking a picture
Oh yeah,
of.
we gotta get.
That's how old I am, folks.
Young at heart. Nobody's old in this garage, I'll tell you that. Here, I wrote it down so I didn't forget. Okay, My Father, the Judge.
He's a dud.
The Judge. This is a Toro, which the Vitola is a 6-inch by 56 ring gauge. This is a box press. It is absolutely beautiful. The wrapper is Ecuadorian, and the binder and the filler are Nicaraguan leaves. I don't know if it's long leaf, just from Nicaragua. I don't know. But we, of course, we can all just Google that on our own if you really want to know. But I think it is long leaf filler from Nicaragua. So what kind of cut are you going to use?
You're not going to use your new scissors there? I mean, I don't even know. These look like you should be cutting bandages to wrap around a wound that you're going to cause by cutting yourself with.
Hey, people love their cigar scissors. You got to have a pair of cigar scissors.
Oh, my gosh.
This is a
really?
triple cap, I think. So try to find the line. I know you're not wearing your glasses.
No.
Only because this is such a premium cigar. This is like almost extra special, this one. you want to just
I love being
you want to make
extra.
sure you're on the line or above because
The very top, right? The very top. Holy crap. And this is going to take the whole...
Here, do it over this. So,
all right, folks, you're witnessing history here.
Yeah, so Marcy, you never used this.
No.
I actually have a sharper one. I have a sharper one inside.
I mean, I tore it here.
Yeah, though that's because the cap. Let's see. Do I have the guillotine? Do you want to do a guillotine?
Yeah, I can do a guillotine.
All right. While she's getting hers, I'm gonna do a V cut. See, yeah, I sometimes find, unless it's like a quick snap, this one is not as sharp as it should be. I have a sharper one inside. I would run and get it, but I don't know where it is.
Nah, we're good. We're good.
Are you okay?
Yep.
See, that's why I kind of like the V cut because it's to me a cleaner cut there. There we go.
Yeah.
Is that you got a problem over there? All right. You need me to fix it?
What do you think?
Bad. Beautiful.
It's
just because it's a triple cap.
It's all right.
Lick it.
I'll make
All right. So what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about Bert Kreischer. So if you're a fan of the stand-up comedian Bert Kreischer, comment below. Oh, okay. Here's the thing. This is our virtual cigar lounge. Welcome to it. Are you watching us on your phone, on YouTube, on your back porch, this and that, smoking with us? If you are, comment below. Or you're listening to us in your car or wherever you are on Spotify under Authentically Angela Cigar Podcast. And email us at authenticallyangela podcast@gmail.com to let us know what you're smoking. What are you laughing at?
your mouthful over there. My goodness.
It is. So yeah, what I was gonna say is also let us know if you are a fan of Bert as well. I've always been a big comedy fan.
Yeah.
Of SNL, of stand-up comedy. Basically, look, and this has an excellent smoke output.
Oh my gosh.
too.
It smells delicious.
Yeah, I'm big on the standalone aroma of the cigar. I'm big on that. If
It's
it
so
doesn't
good.
smell good just from this position,
Right.
I won't probably buy it again. All right, so I got to keep talking for the ones listening. To just dead air. A lot of ASMR of just lighting this thing. But I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so yeah, big comedy fan in general. The draw on this is so open, isn't it? It's perfectly clear.
It's so good.
Yeah, so this has a beautiful smoke output. Beautiful aroma. Nice, right off the bat. Cocoa, coffee, right off the bat.
Yeah. Yep. It's good. Yeah, we're going to feel this one. This is nice.
She's going to get all buzzed up. Cigar buzz, because she's never had this one. This one's a nice one.
Yeah.
So, I just like a nice, even...
I know. You're a perfectionist.
Well, yeah.
Some things I'm a perfectionist about.
I think I like also just watching it, like... light up the rim like that. It puts me in... It's a good vibe. So, okay, a couple things. So, let me see. What am I saying here? I had an episode. The machine. If those who don't know. Yeah. So like I said, big stand-up comedian fan. When I was young, I used to imitate all my bosses when I was a teen. Like I'm talking 14. Yeah, like
that's funny.
And my mom would always be like, you know, I would work at like Roy Rogers or McDonald's when I was like 14 and 15, like, and the second I turned 14, I had my working papers. But before that, I was like delivering papers, and I mean, I've been working basically since I was 11 because my grandpa owned 2 delis, and they put me to work.
I'm sure. In
my official job with like a real boss, not my grandpa as the boss, I don't even know. I just was like, I'm the firstborn, and I think also I'm also the first grandchild, so I don't know what it was about, like, hey, like the clown or something. I don't know what happened to her that I became that. But, I'd come home and they'd be like, tell us about your shift. And I would just, like, I wasn't a shy kid, as you could probably tell. Why, I'm not.
Don't go by that. I was extremely shy as a child.
I'm talking about in the home, actually. That's a good point, because it took me a while to come out of my shell amongst peers in school. You're right. But I wasn't, I wasn't like, but you are 100% right, because I do tell people, like, even as a DJ, I'm like, you can't be shy to do this job, right? If they ask me about, like, my style on the mic, right? How do you do announcements, this and that? But I will say, because, that sounds like an avenue to go down another time.
Yeah.
Because in school, it took me quite a while, I think, to find my voice.
Oh, yeah. I was...
but not at home. I was just like, da, for sure. Then my mom would egg it on, too. Like, Angie, tell me about, And I would just go on and on. Talk about the customers.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, now I enjoy... Everything that comes out of my mouth is usually, sarcastic or, I guess, even dirty. Mine's always in the gutter. But I don't know. I don't necessarily look to get a laugh. You know what I mean? Well, not like, I'm not like, hey, look at me. Look at me. I'm so funny. I love to see other people smile. Like, if I can make other people around be like, all right, I got it. Like, if you're having a shit day, I just want to be able to, like, make you smile.
No, I get that sense from you, for sure. No, you do naturally, you have that gift, for sure. What you just said about yourself is dead on true, because even in, like, the business meeting, the second I met you, like, you had a wit about you. But yeah.
You all need new headshots.
Let me tell you why. But no, you come across, it's like a light, like a love and light.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure.
Thank you. Yeah, I mean, if you're not laughing or, trying to find the good in something, you're going to be miserable.
Come on, what's the point? I feel like, I got to get my head in the game today.
It's all about comedy, baby. Come on. It's as easy.
I keep looking up to just make sure this thing's recording.
That would really suck.
In case they're wondering. You're going faster than me. You're getting a nice sash on that. So when I paused it, I did look that up. It is a long filler, Nicaraguan long filler, and so that usually means it will have a nice, at least an inch ash on it.
So I'm getting right now.
Yeah.
I definitely, it's a bit spicy. I definitely have a little bit of spice in there. I do taste a bit of a cocoa, like you said.
Yeah, it's nice.
I love the box press. I really do. What are you getting from it?
Yeah, it's a nice Vitola. Definitely the cocoa for me. The cocoa and the coffee are coming through.
Yeah.
I like to do, on the retro hail, I could tell there's that sweetness, so this is so far, yeah. Really nice. So, good recommendation.
Yeah, order you up some. It's good.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. So that's a nice, I like it. It's a whole package, folks. It's a whole package.
All right. So I'm going to ask you, how did you and your husband discover Bert Kreischer? Like, how and when?
That seems very specific. Picture it. Sicily. No. I've always loved comedians. My husband listens to, like, the comedy channels on Sirius in the car.
Yeah.
I listen to the Pearl Jam radio.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
So, he is a big, like, comedian fan. And I'm always up for good comedian. Usually if it's, what do you want to watch for a movie? It's like, give me something with comedy, because I just love to laugh. I love to see how people can just... comedians are just a different type of a person. They just have their stories, and they're storytellers in this way that they're just completely vulnerable. right?
Yeah, that's what the beauty of Bert is all about, because he is funny as heck, but he also just gives us his personal stories. He's not just telling like knock jokes,
exactly.
Or like
so I
want to say, what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef, yuck yuck yuck, like a joke, from like the joke books. He gives us like time and time again like the personal, like he talks about his kids, he talks about his wife, he talks about when he was a boy, and that's why I love him even more, because he's funny, but yet you get like authenticity.
I'm telling you, I want to hang out with Isla. Bert, if you're in the neighborhood, bring her over. I will definitely find some trouble with this girl. Yeah. The stories that she tells, and her reactions, well, first of all, she's all Bert.
I know, sometimes in the early, because I had mentioned I listened to his Bertcast. I pretty much have been listening to it from the beginning. So you don't really listen to it, right?
I don't. Sorry,
he really does a deep dive. When he talks about his kids on his podcast, we're getting a lot of detail there. And I remember in the early years of his podcast, and he'd be like, oh, this and that, my daughters, and Isla, or he'd say something like, I don't know where this kid came from. And I would think, dude,
are you kidding?
He's like, what do you mean you don't know where she came from? You're her dad. So I always, like, that always made me chuckle extra, because I'm like, dude, she's like, your daughter? Where do you think she gets her sense of humor from? Because, there's a story that he tells about, have you ever heard how when he was a boy, and they were, I don't even know what they were doing, driving to Disney or something, they were on a family trip. Did you hear the one that he tells about how when, I think he did like a spitball, he was in the back seat and he did a spitball and it like went in his father's ear? Did you ever hear that one?
I want to say yes, but now I don't know.
Oh, well, that's a tangent one, because I don't... I know we're a little pressed for time today. Whenever Marcy grants me her presence in this garage, the clock starts ticking, so we have to pick and choose here. But
it's all right.
Yeah, that's a whole nother tangent. But that we got to talk about that. Well, we're gonna do the Bert episode part 2. We're gonna.
Brilliant.
When you come back, yeah. So we'll do a part 2 and we'll talk about the spitball.
Excellent.
Story. But anyhow, it's like, so whether if he's talking about when he's 9 or 12 doing these hijinks, and he's always like, oh, I'm like,
yes, that's exactly you.
You're like, of course she's going to be jumping out of trees when she's 7. That's what her dad did.
Well, I love it. Again, Doug is always like, what's on Netflix? So he's always, finding things to watch. I don't even know how many years ago, because I'm trying to think. We saw Bert in live. I almost said in concert. It was before COVID hit. So that's a good 4 years ago now. And I remember when he was like, his name is The Machine, and like his story is like completely, and he's got no shirt on. And I was like, oh, this sounds like it's going to be really fun.
Yeah, right.
So we pull it up, we pull up YouTube or Netflix, and he plays a special, and holy shit, I was hooked from the beginning. Yeah. Because the story of how he became the Machine. So basically, do we want to ruin it?
Doug kind of introduced him to you, though, more or less, because he heard him on Sirius.
I would say, yes.
XM, you're saying, and then you were like, when you said, he's got no shirt on, what am I getting myself into? And then you were like, yes, give me more. Yeah, and then I was like, hey, Dad bod. Yeah, surprisingly,
it doesn't matter.
He's like sexy in his own way.
I think
crazy
so.
Enough. I could say that, I think, because he wears like really cool jeans actually, and he wears the best kicks. He wears like the kind of shoes my sons like only want me to buy them for Christmas, and so like even though he's got like the dad belly and his shirt's off,
doesn't matter.
He's got swagger. Is that?
That's a good word.
I don't know if I'd call him hot, but he's sexy.
Sorry, Bert.
Hey, he definitely has sex appeal. He has something. Swagger. He's definitely.
He does. You've got that something.
Je ne sais quoi of something.
What do they call it? I'm just kidding.
But I think I cut you off. So you were saying, oh my God, this guy's going to be shirtless. Like, yeah. But then you went. So was Doug like, no, trust me, let's go out.
Oh, yeah. No, we watched him on TV. Like, I would watch. Before. Yes. So I heard the whole story about how he was the Machine, and I was like, that's completely ridiculous. And then, it's just, you find any video you can just to hear his stories. And then, so we saw him at Mohegan Sun, and we invited my sister-in-law and her husband. And it was not only was it one of the funniest shows that I've ever seen, and I've seen Dave Chappelle.
Oh, before or after? You saw
After.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, he wasn't very funny. Compared to Bert, Bert, you're the man. So...
interesting, because Bert says that Dave Chappelle is one of the.
I feel like he used to be really funny.
Depends maybe when you caught him. But we're not here to talk about
we're not here to. Anyway, and just for his opening acts were phenomenal as well, and
he does a good job picking. He does an excellent. Even as I follow him online, even with the RAZZLE DAZZLE, which we're gonna get to later, I feel like he does an excellent job picking his openers, and also he's known to purposely pick local comedians of where he's touring. Like if he's out in whatever state, even anywhere.
That's great.
He grabs the local person, he or she, and throws them up there as a feature. And I think that is like. That's
pay
it forward and all that. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. So you were saying about like the machine.
Hearing him tell that story live was amazing because the story, right? I mean, I don't know that he tells it on every special, but if you know Bert Kreischer, you know the story of the machine. To hear it live was just fucking hilarious. Pardon my French. It was so funny and
he's
so
also
unbelievable.
very physical.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's so animated, which I love as well.
Yeah, me too. I love that type of comedy because Sebastian Maniscalco is like that too.
Yes.
He's jumping around.
Yep.
You like that? I like that.
I do.
Like,
I mean, it
adds to it.
Again, they're entertainers. Yeah. And it just adds to the show.
It's well worth paying. That's like you buy the ticket. Mm-hmm. It's even like seeing a rock concert. Like you go out, you want to enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
You're on a date, with your husband or whoever. And I love that also they're jumping around up there. Like I think that's like adds to the fun of the whole like in person.
And you feel like you're living their stories with them again. It's just I love it because that's if that's really how he is. Like when he tells these stories, I don't know how much is embellished. I hope nothing because I would love to get in as much like comedic trouble as he does.
I know, right? And also, like, when he went to Russia and all that with the student exchange,
right?
It was of a different time. There was no cell phones because when anybody really, not just him, tells a certain story. You or I tells a certain story from like yesteryear, like pre-cell phone days. Like honestly, those times are untouchable because not that you got away with mischief, but like no one was breathing down your neck like. What did you say? Where did you look? What? It's like now there's just nitpicking everything. It's like, come on, man, let us have a little like fun. We're only 17. Like you get judged these days on like crazy antics.
Yeah.
And I feel like because you have teens, I have teens, well even older than a little bit older than teens, and I feel like I almost feel a little bit bad for our kids today. I feel like gosh, just let them have their anonymity for a hot minute. They're kids.
I mean, thankfully
the microscope's on them.
My kids aren't on social media a lot, which I do
even
love.
Like in school with their peers.
Yes,
not our exact kid.
Right.
I mean, like for sure. Just the grouping that they're in.
Right.
Yeah, but I hear what you're not. Yeah. I know because you've said that you guys are like, you guys aren't heavy into the screens.
No. But one thing we do try to promote are just
which is good.
Fun, fun antics. Like if you're gonna cause some trouble, you know what I mean. Don't make it vicious or malicious.
Don't be pouring bleach on someone's car. I mean, this is not 1983.
Okay, quick sidetrack. This is the kind of stuff that I love. Is we can go into a store now, and it's sort of a test. Who can embarrass who more? Can my kids embarrass me, or can I embarrass them? We were in...
this is why I love you.
Oh, my God. So we were in Walmart, not this past Easter. It was probably the Easter before. And this big box of like...
with both your kids.
I was only with Emma. She was... so she was 17 at the time, 16, 17 at the time. And they have these, like, they look like Peeps, but they're the costumes. These giant Peep, So it's just sort of like hanging over the edge of this box. And I was like, oh, well, this is happening right now. Emma's behind me looking at some of the clothing. And I just like casually step into this costume. And I was like, hey, Emma. And she just turns around and she She just shakes her head at me. She pulls out her phone and she snaps a photo. So there's proof. I'll put it down in the link.
Yes, You're welcome to put it below. And, oh my God, that's adorable. That's good, clean fun.
And she's not pitching a fit. She's not like, oh my God, Mom, you're not back. You're embarrassing. She's just like, she sends it to her friends with like, this is my mom in the suit. I'm like, yeah, it is, bitches. What's greater is there's just people walking by just smiling. Right? Put a smile on somebody else's face, people.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I love that. I love that. That's good. That's good. That's my son would have, one of my sons would have laughed hysterically at that. I think the other one would have been like, I don't know this woman. I have to. Oh, did you?
It's okay.
I better roll this because.
So we've only talked about me and all of that. How did you first hear of Bert?
Yeah, and you know, the funny thing is, like you were saying with Doug and the Sirius XM comedy station, I did hear some of his clips, but I didn't really identify. I don't know if I ever knew what he looked like, you know, when they do the clip, like the 2-minute little, but mostly, and I also, too, am listening to Pearl Jam on XM, Sirius XM, like, you know, but, what was the I just lost my train of thought. I knew of him through the Travel Channel too. I don't know if he was Bert the Conqueror, and I kind of also, that was like, you know, when you kind of on your peripherals, you kind of know. But in when he put out the Cabin series on Netflix, what it was, the funny thing is, I literally typed into Netflix search cigars because I wanted to see. I think it was like the Winston Churchill, like The Darkest Hour or something was out. Okay. So, like, I'm more like kind of fell in love with him recently. Like, I just like dove all the way hard. Like, I went hard. Yeah, like the second I discovered him, I was like, ooh, he has a Bertcast. And I just went back to like basically episode 1 where he like interviews his dad and his grandma.
Oh my gosh.
It was like, yeah, like you were talking 2016, and it was so loving too, because like sweet, because I'm, you know, my story with my grandma, and I think maybe his grandma's in heaven now too, but my grandma is in heaven, and it's just so endearing the way he put her on the podcast and this and that, and so I've just been listening to them. Now I listen to actually nothing as I'm driving to work except for the birthday. Yeah, like I'm like addicted. I'm addicted. And so I typed into Netflix cigars, and the Cabin came up. And if you guys don't know of it, check it out. Have you heard of it? Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it, but I have heard of it.
Yeah.
I have heard of it.
Yeah, so, you know, of course, so me combining the love of cigars and comedy, I was like, this guy, because he loves cigars. He, you know, people out there that either you're stuck with this episode or you just clicked off of it because you're like, what the hell? This is called the Bert episode. I'm sorry, the Bert Kreischer episode, and we might do a part 2. So comment below.
Suck it up, buttercups.
If you're into it or you're not. But it's kind of like our tribute to him. But he grew up in Tampa, Florida, which is basically the cigar capital of the USA, more or less, right? So he's been smoking cigars since he was young, and his dad smoked cigars. So I think just the combination of like cigars and comedy, I was just in. Yeah. I was in. So that's basically, if I answered your question, I'm definitely, call me Angela Tangent Girl. But that's why I named it Authentically Angela, because I mean,
Angela,
you're gonna love me or not.
Yeah, but, same here. But yeah, I just think comedy is something you need to put a little bit of in your life. You need to laugh at yourself, laugh at your stupid jokes, and, you know, be ridiculous. That's how I like to. I mean, my mother's 68, and her and I will still go out in public and just be ridiculous. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Just, you know. Just...
Are you her only daughter?
I am.
Yeah. Because I was gonna say I didn't. It's kind of like you're like sisters now, kind of.
We are like sisters, but I have to say, even if she's with my brothers, it's the same. So it's the same. We're all just sort of, you know,
lighthearted.
Very lighthearted.
Which, more people should kind of tap into that, because I feel like, and this is just my opinion, sometimes people, and we all know them, they're a little reserved. Do you hear that? I was just trying to make sure I beat it and get into this enclosed space.
I'll save you, Angela.
for whatever reason, things happen in your childhood, this and that, which I understand. Believe me, I actually have childhood trauma, but I think that's why I seek that. Like I purposely, I choose.
Yeah.
To.
Yeah. I mean, listen.
And we've had some discussions before. Yeah. In real life too, but I just feel like some people they're almost maybe afraid to let it in.
I think so.
Because I do know people very close to me that they're very more, like, in my opinion, tight-lipped. Sure. And I'm just like, come on. I'm like, always like, come on. It can't, let's leave, maybe, it's kind of hard sometimes, but you do have to leave the past where it is. Yeah. You do. Yeah. And it's hard. It is hard to do. I mean, I've had a lot of, sadness in my older years. Never mind. So, you realize things aren't going to last forever. So you can
make the best of it.
Yeah, you can sit and dwell. Try your best to make the best.
Or you can light up a stogie and have a few laughs.
I tell you, this.
It's delicious.
In my opinion, a cigar. I've said this before. It equals relaxation, but also it also gives it's almost like a mental health. It is
because you have to focus on this, right?
It forces you to slow down.
It does. You need to, you don't want to have to keep relighting, but if you do, whatever. But you're there. You're stop doing what you're doing and smoke your cigar, and enjoy it with a friend, and just
for sure, because usually I think a cigar can be enjoyed alone, or we both like it with a book.
I love it with a book.
You, I think, like it more with a book than me because I'm not a quick reader. I think we discussed that too. I think I have undiagnosed dyslexia, but because that's been there since I was young. But you could enjoy a cigar with an album. Which I do all the time. I like to sometimes go through some of my old collections and just play it from start to finish and just sit with the cigar. Because a cigar, usually you need to at least carve out anywhere from a half hour up to 2 hours sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have that dedicated time.
It's like a meditation, relaxation. I know Steve Harvey has actually said it's like yoga.
Oh, I like that.
Because it's like,
I'm going to use that.
Yeah, we
go in a yoga class. This sparkling water. I don't typically drink sparkling water, but if a sparkling water could be smooth, that it's a smooth sparkling water. It's not that,
Yes,
I want my carbonation to have a flavor sometimes.
Yeah.
And when it's just even flavored sparkling water, I don't always this is really really good. And again, it's I love when people are creative with their marketing. I mean,
they're very
Liquid Death, murder your thirst. And I like this. They donate 10% of the profits from every can sold to help kill plastic pollution.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, you make a good point because there are certain seltzers that actually I feel like when I drink them, and I'm not going to mention the brand, but 100% when I drink them, I almost feel like my tongue is getting dry.
My kids would call it spicy.
Yeah, my son does. Oh, I kid you not.
It's so funny.
He does too.
Yeah, anything that's too carbonated. Yeah. That's too spicy.
Yeah, the same adjective. But this actually, I think it does say right on here, smooth. Does it say smooth on somewhere in here? Anyway, it does. I thought I saw it, but this actually, no joke, is a smooth for sparkling. It is smooth. And I don't know if it's because, is there a difference between seltzer and sparkling water? I'd have to.
Oh, that's a good.
I don't even know. I mean,
I don't know either.
I guess. But I'm assuming yes, because this... But anyhow, I give this 100 out of 100.
2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. Does anybody know what that movie's from?
Ebert?
Nope. Come on now. Wait, 2 very enthusiastic thumbs. I think it's 2 very enthusiastic
Siskel and Ebert?
Nah, it's from a movie from the 90s.
I I didn't have cable growing up, so I only know so many movies.
It's from Clueless. Do you remember Clueless?
With Alicia.
Silverstone. No, and they're giving their debates in class. It's like, what did you think? Too very enthusiastic thumbs up.
I think I saw that once, and I don't know what year, but I don't remember.
That woman hasn't aged a day.
I know.
What the frick?
She's on.
Yes, the new commercials. Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly what Jen said. She's like
ridiculous.
Good for her. She didn't age.
I know.
A lick. Yeah.
Damn it.
How about us? We didn't age either. But okay, so let's get to the closing. We're gonna do a closing segment here with Bert's. Did the phone move?
The new one. I don't think so.
His new special on Netflix is called Razzle Dazzle. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
So good.
We checked it out, and we both agreed. Before I go to Marcy, what was your favorite part? And before we could even finish, we finished each other's sentence, and we were like, the part at the end. I guess that's why he did. He saved it
Maybe.
for the end.
I don't know.
Because it was like that was like mic drop. When they were in the
escape room.
Oh man. That was awesome. I was laughing so hard, and we rewound it and watched it again.
I feel terrible. What is his other daughter's name?
Georgia.
Oh, Georgia. That's right. That's right. Right. And it was Georgia's birthday.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she was like, "I want this." That was the mic. Okay, so the funny part, when he tooted.
Yes.
And his dad, they were crawling through the escape room like they were going through a wall. And he said his dad, they were like in the dark. He was crawling and he goes,
because Bert is claustrophobic. So when they found out he had to crawl through this, he got these stomach cramps and these stomach pains. And his father made him go in front of him. And I think it was his father's own fault, really. If you want to know my opinion.
Oh, it was the best. When he was like, the dad was like, he ate his toot in his mouth. He's like, oh my God, it's in my molars. But when he said, I think you gave me cancer, like, I never laughed so hard. So if you know it, you know it. If you don't, man, check it out. Ladies
and then the woman who came out of the
check it out.
When the woman came out of the closet. She's supposed to be the dead woman.
Yeah.
And then Eileen's just like, happy birthday.
That was awesome. That was definitely like, good night. I'll see you. Go there.
So good.
It was
good.
So funny. So funny.
There's nothing better than when your sides and your cheeks just hurt from ultimate laughter.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
And Bert definitely does that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a gift. It really is.
Yeah.
But this is also a gift. This is a delight. Are we gonna journal? Did everyone bring their journals today, class?
Yeah, this has the two bands. Let me take off. This one is.
I just took off
the
little
judge.
bit here.
Yeah, the artwork on this is just beautiful.
So gorgeous. I love it.
Oh, the aroma is just perfect in every way. I usually like to wait until the end.
Yeah, I'll wait for the other
cigar,
bands.
Warms up the band. Let me see if I could just kind of gently. Because I do like to do, well, we don't have to do a journal entry in every episode, actually, because I don't want to rip the wrapper.
Oh, see, I just took off this one. It also says.
Okay. I did that
whatever.
Too. Well, let's put it in. Okay, so real quick, if you don't have a cigar journal, we recommend getting one. Let me get the tape. Because like other cigar aficionados ahead of me from 20 plus years ago who recommended this, I agreed with them.
Yeah.
And they're right, because in 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you'll be like, I don't remember what that tasted like. Did I like it?
5 years. Like 5 days from now.
Yeah, and this one
You're hilarious.
You've never tried it, so now this will
exactly
help you remember for future. So these cigar journals are really cool. They have a little cute place here to affix the label. So I'm gonna say it 10 times. It just smells
hot mess today.
So good. I'm going to affix the band right here. My father, the judge. Do you need some tape? And I'm going to get my trusty pen. You could get your trusty pen. We're doing this live, folks. virtual cigar lounge. I mean, you're not really filling out a journal in a cigar lounge, but we're doing it here in our garage.
I don't know. Maybe we can.
We'll start bringing the journals to the lounge.
Pull out my bucket of glitter and glue sticks.
So this is star rating, and there's 5 stars here, and I'm going to color in the 5th star because I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Now, this was a medium to full. I think it said that. And
yeah, for
also,
sure.
When we read about it, but also you could kind of feel the nicotine.
Yeah.
I've said this before, too, in other YouTubes that, like, kind of like when you drink, you drink in your second, third beer, you feeling that buzz. Sometimes you feel the cigar.
Yeah.
It's good, though.
Yeah.
That's part of, like,
and
the meditation of it all.
Yeah, it is nice. And when like, these are great, especially when you have nothing else to do for the night, right? This is like the ultimate relaxing kind of cigar.
Yeah.
Where you can just...
I would say this has some
sit around the
notes.
fire. Yep.
I'm definitely tasting the nuttiness of it. And like I said in the beginning, and it was lasting throughout, the cocoa and...
I've got
They don't put coffee in. My book doesn't have coffee.
Mine does not either. I have toffee. Toffee.
I'm going to check off.
Earthy. I got a little bit of spice.
Chocolate notes and coffee notes.
Yeah.
So, okay. I want to thank everyone for coming. Again, this is your virtual cigar lounge. We're in this cigar community together. Thanks for subscribing here on YouTube, Authentically Angela. Oh yeah, and then you've got Embrace Images on Insta. I'm Puros Music and Projects on Insta. We'll put the link below, or just not the link, but the name. Check us out. Give us some love and support. And again, email with what you're smoking. And we're gonna close with our famous. We didn't make this up, by the way. This is a famous toast that we have adopted.
It's almost like a mantra, I think. Maybe not even a toast, like a mantra. So you're gonna live by this.
So
here's to swearing, lying, stealing, and drinking. When you swear by your country.
When you lie for a friend.
When you steal away from a bad company. And when you drink with me. Cheers.
Slanjava. Alla Sante.
That bounced right back up into my nose. Ooh. Spicy.
And we'll see you
next time.
Authentic.